All right. By a show of fingers and without saying anything, who can name at least one thing President Biden has achieved while in office? Something that he himself would say is an achievement. Five of you, six of you, seven of you. All right. Hunter, what has he achieved?
I don't know if he would advertise it as a good achievement, but I could see him trying to argue like humanitarian aid being sent to the Ukraine and Israel as an achievement, even though it's probably not a good thing.
Okay. Josh?
I would say he definitely touts that he's reduced inflation with stuff like the Inflation Reduction Act. He tries to use that as a selling point a lot.
Okay. Suchida?
I would say he could advertise the student loan forgival. I remember that making big headlines.
Okay. Angelina?
Suchida and Josh took both of mine, the inflation and the loans.
Okay. Ryan?
He fixed a lot of anti-LGBT legislation and undid a lot of stuff that Trump did, or attempted to undo it.
Okay. Maxwell?
Our economic recovery since the shutdown of the economy during COVID.
And Cooper?
Suchida said it with student loan forgiveness.
Got it. Okay. If President Biden were to be reelected, by a show of fingers and without saying anything, can anyone name something he's pledged to do in a second term? We got Maxwell and Hunter. Anybody else? Two of you. Hunter, what does he pledge to do?
I've seen things where he is pledging to like go do more with student loan forgiveness or like do better.
Okay. Maxwell?
To codify abortion rights after the overturning of Roe v. Wade.
Got it. And by a show of fingers, without saying anything again, can anyone name something former President Trump has pledged to do in a second term? Got three of you, Josh, Hunter, and Maxwell. Josh, what does he pledge to do?
To handle the illegal immigration crisis.
Hunter?
I can't remember the exact number, but he's pledged to cut a ton of federal jobs.
Maxwell?
He's pledged to ban gender transitioning for not just minors but adults. He's planned to just get rid of that, which I don't think he can do that because it's freedom of choice. But
okay, thank you. I want to circle back just very quickly to a question about Biden and Trump in Gaza. Do any of you think Trump would do a worse job than Biden in Gaza? Show of fingers. Think that Biden would do a worse job? Six of you.
Sorry, was it Trump doing a worse job or
Yes.
Biden?
Right. Who thinks that Trump would do a worse job than Biden in Gaza? Six of you. Is that impacting any of your votes when it comes to how you're going to vote in November? Three of you. Cooper, Maxwell, Ryan. Okay. So this is not completely so as going back a few minutes ago, you guys basically told me that you're not confident in either one of them. But it seems like three of you are so much less confident in Trump than you are in Biden that it would actually cause you to vote differently or affect your vote. Am I reading that right?
yeah.
Okay, so for Cooper, Maxwell, and Ryan, that's the case. That this is a voting issue for you.
Yes.
Can I rescind my vote? I'm more like impartial to it. I changed my mind. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. Two of you say this is a voting issue and it would be in Biden's favor or more against Trump. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, great. Got it. All right. All right. By a show of fingers and without saying anything, who can name at least one thing President Biden has achieved while in office? Something that Biden himself would say is an achievement? Five of you. Okay. Sophia, what has he achieved?
I believe a couple $100,000 of student debt relief.
Couple $100,000?
I'm not sure on the numbers, but I think it was minuscule in the large scale, like comprehension of it all, but maybe it was even like 50,000 or something like that.
Wait, when you say grand, you mean what?
Like thousands.
For the entire country, $50,000?
I think it was for a select qualifying like cohort of individuals, but I'm not exactly sure. I just know it was like it was a fraction of what he promised.
Okay, but hang on a second. I just want to understand this. Is it $50,000 or less per person, or $50,000 for the entire United States?
I'm not sure. I would say I'm going to change my number to, I'd say, a couple million for a select cohort of individuals, but it wasn't for the entire group that he had initially promised.
Okay, so just so I understand this, for the entire United States, he promised $2 million in student debt relief.
He promised complete when he was running, and in his initial term, like in the beginning of his term in office, he promised that continuously, but then he only delivered on the fraction of that promise and gave some finite amount that wasn't it wasn't what he promised.
Okay, got it. All right. What else has he produced? Ethan?
I was going to say the student debt relief as well.
Got it. Belle?
Yeah, same here. I believe it was like $1 billion across the nation that he forgave.
Got it. Thank you. Daniel?
I was gonna say student debt too. I heard from somewhere that was like 100 billion. But also something that he would be proud of is probably like more jobs after COVID.
Got it. Okay. And Ryan?
It's the student debt forgiveness across the.
Okay. Besides student debt forgiveness, is there anything else Biden would say is an achievement? Kevin?
I think that he would say pulling out of withdrawing the troops from Afghanistan was an achievement, but I think others would disagree.
Okay, I'm asking what you think is an achievement.
All right, then I'm gonna pass on that.
Okay, so got it. So that's going to be clear. Besides student debt relief, there's nothing else that you know that Biden did while he was president that was an achievement. Am I understanding that? Daniel, go ahead.
Back to the jobs thing. I know he opened a lot of jobs after COVID, but that might be due to like COVID settling down. But he definitely rid the train pretty well.
Got it. Sophia?
I would also say like investment in electric like automobiles, like in public transportation, like green buses as well. But I'm a little wary about that because it kind of promotes greenwashing and it's not exactly as clean as advertised.
Got it. Okay. If President Biden were to be reelected, by a show of fingers and without saying anything, can anybody name something he's pledged to do in a second term? I'll take that as a no. One. Ethan, what is it?
I don't know specifics like numbers or anything, but I know he's pledged to continue to build the infrastructure in the company or the country.
Kevin?
I believe he's pledged to put more national gun laws into effect.
Got it. Okay. By a show of fingers and again without saying anything, can anyone name something former President Trump has pledged to do in a second term? Just one of you? Kevin, what is it?
I think talked about doing more for veterans. But every president does that.
Got it. Sophia?
I think I saw a clip at one of his rallies just promising like more tax cuts for the wealthy.
Got it.